Hello everybody, and welcome to my very first stream of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. So, I finished watching Severance on Apple TV Plus a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I noticed that somebody on the Severance Reddit mentioned that the Stanley Parable would make a great sort of like a great thing to take to enjoy if you enjoyed Severance. I also think that the creator of Severance cited this game as a bit of inspiration, so given how much I thoroughly enjoyed the TV series, I figured, you know what, let's give it a go. So I've booted it up now for the very first time, and just before the screen, all that the game prompted me for was the actual time of day, and whether I wanted subtitles and the language. So I turned subtitles off. I'm playing in English, and I've obviously set the time to my time zone, which is SAST, S-A-S-T. So without further ado, let's do it. Let's see what the Stanley Parable is about. I know absolutely nothing about the game, which is making me even more excited about it. So yeah, let's do it. The end is never the end. Also, in the beginning, just before, in the beginning screen, it showed...
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No talking when they're talking.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I can actually move the camera now, just in case anyone's wondering. Is that... No, that's not my time, so I wonder why the game actually needed my time, interestingly enough. Oh. Okay. I wonder if something pops up to interact, or if I would just have to randomly tap. I have no idea. That noise is me spamming A, because I'm wondering if there's anything that I can interact with at the moment. Like this mug. Does it say? I hate Mondays. Yeah. Don't we all? Partition Corp, providing partition for 56 years. Can I jump? No. Okay. We're 427, so 42 is the answer to everything to do in the world with life. So I wonder if that has any significance. Also the time. Notably, the seconds are not... just as I said, the seconds are not moving, they're moving. It is 20 past 11. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. I just turned that off. I actually wanted to have a closer look.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That's brilliant. 'Cause that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh, that's so good. I'm still gonna do it anyway. Because you never know. Could be a red herring, you know? Oh, I'm really loving it. I like what? I like work. I just hate the boss. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can't actually zoom in to see what that paper says, unfortunately. Because I would if I could. That's how I play games. Generic wallpaper, 101. Windows we can see nothing out of. Weird. He said we're going to the conference room, right? Knowing your city. I wonder what city we're in. Before you can possibly know where to begin your new street vending operation, you first have to get to know your city. I'll use Georgetown as an example in this book, but in order to really get the knowledge, it's best to go explore. So we're in a place called Georgetown, possibly. Haha, room 420, yo, nice. Right by a tree, plant as well.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
This narrator is life. Oh, there was coffee on the floor. I missed that. Does it say anything? I don't think so. I don't know what this game is about, so I'm just looking at everything and anything, just in case, you know, because you never know. There could be some mysterious thing that I'm missing, and I've got to pay attention. Attention I didn't realize I needed to, you know?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I, though? Nah.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, that's precisely what I want to do. I'm not going to just trust the narrator. I don't know what his end game is. Now I'll never know what is on the other side.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Sure it is. Fine.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First open door on the left. Okay, fine. But I see other rooms. Yeah, no. I want to see what else there is here first.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I wonder what would have happened if I had followed directions. Instead of just, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. I don't like the fact that the doors are closing behind me and then I have no way back. It means that I have to be very careful with every choice that I make. Because there ain't no turning back. Like, could I? I don't think I could have. No, that window was closed. I couldn't have jumped out of that. There's actually no jump in the game, so. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Okay, so we can die in this game? Don't ever want to find out. Climb at your own risk. We can't climb it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
That sounds threatening. Okay. That sounds incredibly threatening.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Her could also be like a cat or a pet or something. Just saying. What shouldn't we do? Attempt what? Escape? Interviewing and interrogation techniques. A short history of the relations between Poland and Austria-Hungary. What? I don't think anything can kill me in this game. I hope. Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
I'm getting
If you can
goosies.
truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
And now? We start over again.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh, that actually gave me a fright. Giving me chills. I'm getting such bad goosies. Look at that. Oof.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press Y on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No. See what happens if I don't press it for a while. I'm going to press A. I wonder how long. I wonder if something will happen if I don't press it when I should press it. We should have done it the first time round, not press Y the first time round, just because. Okay, fine. Getting Portal vibes as well. The game is a lie.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Oh gosh. Do all the controller buttons now.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
To watch TV. Fine.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Exactly.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Oh my
In
gosh,
reality,
it's turning
all he
into
did
his
was
room.
pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets
It's even
which
the
life
light.
is the real one.
Oh
And I'm
gosh.
trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press A to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? What? The end is never the end, I guess. I'm still got goosies. Okay, so that was like 5 minutes into the game. So what? That was an ending. I reached an ending. Because I chose not to listen to the narrator. Alright, fair enough. We will maybe listen to him this time. I wonder if anything's changed. Even slightly changed. Touching his computer doesn't do anything, which is weird. Okay, fine. I wonder if the narrator will make mention that we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So that was an end. Because I decided to defy the narrator, the game ended early. Jeez. Fine. What? How to use help? Yeah, goodness knows we need help. Okay, so. Oh, this one's different. Awaiting input. This wasn't like this last time. So something has changed. Interesting. Very interesting.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. Ah, this room
When
again.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wonder what happens if I go to the right again. Will it do the same thing over again? Will I have another choice? A different choice? Yes, because when I went through this one, I had the choice of going left through the door or straight, and I went straight, and that whole thing played out. So I'm going to go through this door again, and I'm going to go left. Because I'm going to do what I want.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had
That
taken
blood.
this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
This narrator, though.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, so I won't go straight this time, because we all know how that turns out. So I'll go this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Did I, though? Did I?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Is it though? You know I'm gonna try all the doors.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
It's freaking me out. Like, this is genuinely making me, like, scared.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is not freaky at all. Not at all. Oh. Hello. Hello.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
What?
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What? Okay. Okay, we're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Does this computer want an input again? No, it's off this time. Oh, but what about this one? Surname access. Server name access, I think.
When Stanley... Wait.
Hold on.
What?
There's 4 doors. Oh,
No,
what?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh.
Let's find the story.
That's amazing. Okay, so I never go down that one. I always go this way, but now we have new paths. Do these both go to the same area? Do these both go to the same area? Yeah, it looks like it. So left or right? I think we should ask Siri. Left
I'll
or
say
right?
it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
What? That's because I didn't go into any of the rooms? Okay. Let's see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm actually going to go to the meeting room this time, I think. This computer is off again, and this one is still showing me server access. Or surname access. So I don't know if it does anything. Now there are no doors?
Yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
What do you mean? Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
What?
The story. Here it comes.
Oh.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
He's just messing with us now. Oh. Okay, it's legitimately freaking me out.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Because the end is never the end. Just like the cake is a lie. Oh. Stanley Parable Adventure line. That was a nice way of being like, listen here, bitch, you better listen and follow the story.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, well, the line is different though.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Hey, fine, narrator, fine. Defied you too much, I guess. Oh, somebody's playing solitaire. Anybody do anything about cards? What is that? 953. These are different numbers now.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
Jeez.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Jeez. What? Hold on. Okay.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
What? No, why? What if I don't want to go back? Okay, but I do want to though. I want to know why.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Is he just being facetious now? This game is giving me chills, and it's not even a scary game. I don't need to remember about it. Absolutely nothing, probably.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Oh.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Well, there's 420. We're at that room again. The room we weren't supposed to see.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Hey. So much for my idea of like part 1, part 2, part 3 of Stanley Parable videos.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
That's what we were
Something
doing.
Exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Something like Severance.
Oh, no, not
The
you
line
again.
is back.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm genuinely curious now. If I had never defied the narrator, what would have actually happened?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny
But now I want to
awaits.
go to the door on the left. Okay, fine. Confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending. What?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
That's so
The
cool.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's
What?
really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I don't know, narrator.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
That's really cool. Very unusual. No more adventure line. So now do I not defy the narrator this time? Assuming he comes
All
back.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, yes, input time. Hehehehe. Have to have 5 of these inputs. I wonder what they'll do. Oh, the line is still there. Just in that room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I though? Did I? Okay, let's do it because this is the only one I haven't done it once. Anyway, let's see.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Rest in peace, Franz. Who moved my desk? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Graphs about things and money. Profits. Okay. Mitosis for dreams of the future. Comatose. Talk less. Do not get fired. Monetize free to play. Love. Love. Help, I'm a post-it. Everyone is unique. You most of all, because we're all the same. Anyone who's ever to do a presentation should find this pretty on the nose, on point. Boss appreciation minute. Yes. Boss appreciation specialist. Okay. Wasn't somebody in the broom closet?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's downstairs though? I know this door's going to close if I go in there. Oh well.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually
The
gone.
narrator's talking,
He
but
wasn't going
each
to lose
level
his
of this
job.
building has a
He
different
wasn't
time.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh shit.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
We've died a few times now, haven't we? Because the end is never at the end. I need to stop defying the narrator, don't I?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just because I can.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
We'll go up now, instead of down. There's nothing in the broom closet again, or is there? And you've noticed this door actually opened towards us.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay. That's hilarious.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, we're not going to go down again. Interesting. Very interesting. Executive bathroom. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Hey, the toilet paper's the right way. Whoop whoop. No reflections. Weird. Haha. Hee. That's 3 of 5. Wonder what happens when we get all 5. It's the boss's office. Oh, we can... What is happening with that panda? business strategy. Could that be an allegory? Could that be like F China? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Because, you know, panda bears, China. Oh, we can go up or down now? That's the first time I've actually seen a thingamabobby up here. Oh. Okay, hold on. What does that say? I'm the most expensive boss. Sure you are. Let's first explore the office, but I think the doors are going to close when we go in here, and I see a camera there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, I see. I want to look around first. Kitty meow.
2845.
Yes, I got it, I got it. I wonder what happens if we put in another number. There must be other numbers, I'm sure of it. What was that number again, narrator? I got it.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
Oh.
And the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Impatient. The guys are very impatient. Okay. We're going down again. No, I want to go up. Okay, I can only choose down, I suppose. I'm curious now. I should have used the elevator. Damn.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
If light is on, call extension 914 immediately.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, choices. Because I really want to go there. But also really feel we should escape. I'm gonna escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. So does that mean I should go back?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Seriously? This is it? Oh. Okay. I'm not dead? Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, shoot.
it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Or not.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Brilliant.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? The first part of the game that was built. That's awesome. The two doors, which I just kept not following. That's awesome. The office. Keystroke and synthesizer. Okay. They want us to believe that this is nothing but like a purgatory. Well, here are the credits of the game, so I guess I finished it on some level. But now, there's more choice. Or is there? Maintenance room, early version of the maintenance room. The office. That's cool. Ultra deluxe announcements. Early on in development, the design and ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. Interesting. So they had an alien ending and then cancelled it. That's funny. I'm hoping this is just a fun ending as well, and I'm not gonna like get all the spoilers that the game still has. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do interesting. Okay. Early version of the lounge, more office stuff. The apartment timer? Oh. Interesting. Oh, these are all the options. Very interesting. This is ending. I don't believe I got that far. Interesting. I have no idea if I'm seeing spoilers or if this is just part of the game still. Because I'm seeing like alpha and beta endings. Weird. On off, okay, I don't know what that's going to do. Before we go there though. Oh. So this is how his uppers was. It was 1, 2, 3. Interesting. This is very cool, I must say. I dig this. Okay, so this is obviously the exit. We'll go there in a second. The development of the boss's office. Okay, back to the beginning. More lounge, underground.
Well, try the other one then. Stanley walked over the bridge.
Interesting. So everything we've seen thus far in this has not
Then he
really
pushed the number 4.
has really not been used. So I'm sure this is still just part of it. This is amazing actually. Alright. Let's go to that on-off switch. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Xbox. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I wonder if I actually had turned it off now, what would have happened? Because the end is never the end. It's very good. Okay, everybody, I think I'm going to call it a day for now. This is pretty fantastic. I'm enjoying it very much. I don't want to... I think if I quit the main menu, I can probably resume, I think. But I'm going to leave it like this with quick resume. And we'll see how it goes when I continue playing again. So if you did tune in live, thank you so much. And hopefully you'll tune in again for part 2 and whatever other mysteries await Stanley and the narrator. For those of you who did tune in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing more of this game soon. All right. Bye for now.